welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ling. We're back with another video. Feel me? On today's episode of Quarantine and Slay, we'll be doing this cute hairstyle, you know. It's a really simple and super cute middle part slick back puff, feel me? And it's just like, it's just the cutest hairstyle ever. So if you want to know how I achieved this look so easy, just keep watching. So I'm just showing you my hair. It's all big and fluffy and poofy, and this hairstyle also works when your hair is in its natural state and it's curly, so don't worry. So first we're just going to take like a small section of hair, just because if you work in smaller sections you'll get that more sleeker look. So yeah, take a nice small section. I was trying to show you guys, but my hair is kind of in the way, sorry about that, but you get an idea of how big the section should be from ear to ear. I'm using Eco Styler, water, and a hard bristle brush, and I'm just gonna mostly be spraying my roots because I don't really want to spray the end of the ponytail. I just want to spray the roots to loosen them up so that when I put the gel on they slick down more easier. So yeah, just spray your roots and then kind of like run your hands through it a little bit, you know, spread the water out. Now I'm just adding some gel, and you want to use your hands to like kind of guide the gel in the direction that you want it to go in. So you'll see when I turn around how I'm like using my hands and brushing my hands in a downward motion, so that way my hair kind of lays down already before I brush it. Some people like to comb or brush their hair out before they do this, but I kind of like the crinkly braid out look. So anyways, I'm just going in with the brush now, and I'm just brushing it into a very low ponytail. Your ponytail doesn't have to be this low, it could be up higher. I just like how it looks at the very bottom of my neck. But yeah, if you want to raise it up, you can raise it up. You can do whatever you want, feel free, feel me? And yeah, this is the only tedious part. You have to put it in a ponytail every time you do a section, but trust me, the results are worth it because your ponytail is gonna be mad sleek, feel me? So it's worth it. It just holds the hair in place as you work on another section. So now I'm just going and I'm taking another smaller section to work with. You don't want to work in big sections because if the section is really big, you're gonna have to really try to put more gel and more water, and it just becomes a mess. It gets really knotted and tangled, so I just try to avoid that by working in smaller sections. That way I'm happy with the end results of my hair. And once again, I'm just spraying the roots, but even though I'm spraying the roots, I'm going to spray a little bit farther down just because I have to stretch this hair a little bit more farther to reach the ponytail. So keep that in mind. The higher you go up, the more you spray. Now I'm adding gel and doing the method with my hands again of just brushing my hair down with my hands into the direction that I want it to go in with the gel. And pretty soon you're going to see me use the brush, and I'm going to brush as if I'm putting it into the ponytail, but keep in mind you still have that actual ponytail in your hair, so you're just brushing your hair in the direction that you want it to go into. This helps a lot. Like, just keep brushing. It doesn't have to be completely smoothed down because you're gonna end up taking the actual ponytail holder out, which I'm showing you guys right now. So I'm just pushing that second portion to the side as I take this ponytail holder out, and then you're gonna see me brush the hair. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little tangled, so just be careful. You don't want to be snagging any of your hair. And like I just said, I'm just going to brush everything into another ponytail all in one, and just make sure everything is really slick when you do this part, because if there's a lump there and you add more hair on top of it, chances are you're not going to be able to go back and take that lump out. So make sure you brush everything, like everything. Make sure it's nice and smooth. There's no lumps, there's no hair that fell out of place. Like, just make sure it's nice and smooth. Add more water, add more gel according to your hair. If your hair needs it, just add it, because you know, like you want it to look nice. You don't want to waste your time. So now we're on the last section, and you want to part your hair in however style you want. However, this video is for a middle part, so that's what I did. And I'm just adding a lot of water to the roots, and as you see, I'm spraying water towards the middle of my hair and stuff, just because, like I said, the higher you go up, the more water you need, because water helps your hair slick down a little bit more easier. So I'm just adding more water since this hair has to reach from the front of my head all the way to the very bottom of my head, and I have a big head. So I'm just adding a lot of water, and I'm gonna add a lot of gel, and I'm gonna like use a lot of force to like apply the gel in a downwards motion, just so my hair gets the idea of the direction that I want it to go into. And then we're just gonna keep adding more and more gel. Not too much. Obviously you add as much gel as you need. Thicker hair is gonna need more gel. Thinner hair doesn't need as much gel, but you know, add in accordance to your hair, and I'm just brushing in the direction that I want it to go into. I always struggle with this part for some reason. Like, one side of my head will look different from the other side. I don't know if it's how I brush it or if it's my hairline, like my hairline is uneven or something, I don't know. But like, you guys will see as I turn opposite directions, like the hair is brushed a little bit differently on both sides. Like, I always do this, like I don't know why, like I just can never get it right. Like, you see how like it looks like I have a bald spot there because that straggly piece of hair was there. Like, I have a widow's peak, so I guess that's it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's annoying. So now for the last time, we're taking this ponytail holder out. You're not gonna have to do this part anymore. Like, after this, we're gonna be brushing the whole ponytail into one, so you don't have to worry about taking the ponytail holder out again. I added a little bit more gel off camera, and now I'm just brushing all of my hair into one and trying to make sure that, you know, it lays down flat. There's not any lumps, any bumps, like any tangles or anything. Like, just brushing everything down, making sure it's as slick as I can possibly get it. If you notice that you're brushing your hair and it's like there's curls that just keep popping up, you can go on with like a wide tooth comb or the detangling comb and just try to like comb that part out a little bit, because sometimes if your hair is not slicked down, that will happen. You'll see me go back and brush out some bumps and lumps that I seen when I turned to the side. I was using my camera, I didn't have a mirror in front of me, so I wasn't really sure how the back of my head looked, but you see that lump there, I noticed it and I just brushed it out. So sometimes you just gotta brush over a certain spot a couple times before it wanna listen and lay down. That is just black natural hair, so you know, you just gotta work with it. I'm using 2 hair ties just because my hair is thick, and when I use one, it won't hold my hair in place. My hair will kind of come out of the hair tie, but when I use 2, it feels more secure. It doesn't give me a headache. It's like, I don't know, these hair ties are just right for me. And yes, you see how nice that looks, nice and slick. We just gotta do our edges, and then it's gonna be nice and bomb. And I'm just showing you guys the ponytail and all around my head. So I'm using Style Factor Edge Booster, and I'm just using an edge brush to kind of pull my edges out. That way when I brush them, I'm not really affecting the front of how my hair looks. And yeah, my edges are a little nappy, y'all. They're a little peasy, sorry about that. Like, they look a little nappy. They little nappy naps. However, Style Factor does like control them and tame them and keep them down, so it's no worries, it don't even matter. And yeah, I'm just pulling all the edges out. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not the best when it comes to doing edges. Like, I kind of wanted to edit this part out. However, I felt like, you know, maybe it'll help somebody, you know, so I just decided to leave it in. But if you know how to do your edges, then just ignore this because this looks pitiful. Like, this is not how the end result is gonna look. See, that looks way better. I had to go to a mirror and fix it. But now we're just gonna put a scarf on. And some people like to make their scarf look like a headband. I just put the whole scarf on, and then I take my ponytail out the back, and we're gonna leave it on for 10 minutes. And now, you know, fast forward 10 minutes, it was more like 45 to be honest. And I'm just taking the scarf off, and everything is slicked down in unison and it looks nice. And now I'm just gonna add some gel there because I like a little curl on the side. I don't know, I just think it looks so cute. Like, it adds that little finishing touch to it. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. And I'm taking my little nose strip off. So this is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was really helpful. This hairstyle is really simple, super cute, you know, really easy. And yeah, so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and share. Go check out all my other videos because we're under quarantine. What else you got better to do? Feel me? I said hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button is definitely, oh wait, no, it is over here. It is over here. I'm bugging. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Quarantine and Slay, and I'll see you guys in my next video.